Alright, so this video is going to be completely different than my usual uploads. Not going to be a guide. It's going to be a video to raise awareness on something that is insane in the game. Something that's plaguing the game. And this is probably the most egregious example of this. It's about purchasing accounts in Diablo Immortal. Something which is explicitly disallowed by Blizzard. Many YouTubers have talked about this topic before, but they have all failed to mention names. For some reason, there's a unwritten rule. If you talk about this and you mention actual names of players, you can get your Blizzard partner status revoked. So, I very well might not be able to become a Blizzard partner after making this. However, I don't care because freedom of speech is priceless. And if Blizzard really stoops that low, then I don't really want to be associated with that type of buffoonery. So this is happening on so many different servers, but on my server specifically, like I said, this is probably the most egregious version. So if we go to this warband right here, we can see it is run by this player. And if you don't know this player, this is one of the few players who has the maximum resonance and of course maximum normal gems and all that. I used this account as B-roll in my whale video that I posted, but it's not enough just to have a maxed out account. Baratheon needs a little bit more than that. Spending almost $500,000, if not more, is not enough. So what he has done is purchased at least 9 accounts and put them in this warband with him and given those accounts to other players within his clan. And we're going to go through and I'm going to show you exactly how I know this because it's, like I said, egregious. So if you want to see the Blizzard account name for any account, all you have to do, or one of the ways you can do this, is by clicking on the report, and there you go, it's right there, Baratheon, in parentheses, in-game name. So this is the Blizzard name for this account, Baratheon. Who'd have thunk it? But let's check another one. Baratheon. Oh my god, that's crazy. Let's check another one. Baratheon. Oh my god, that's insane. Let's try one more. Baratheon. Wow. Can't believe it. Let's try another one. Oh my god, Baratheon. And of course, Baratheon is Baratheon, but his Blizzard name is Adventurer. Seaborn, this account is Seaborn. Not gonna make any allegations on that. I have no idea. Snake the Vile, of course, Baratheon. Malik Too Nice, of course, Baratheon. Something, of course, Baratheon. La Raza Fee. Now this account is not technically under Baratheon's name, but this is not Fee's original account. This is Tasty's original account. And this guy, milking balls for act. I'm pretty sure that's what he does to get this account. Boom, Baratheon. Would you believe it? But it's not just that these accounts are purchased. Look at the resonance on all of these accounts. And you might have seen these accounts before in the Bout of Realms. We take a look over at this screenshot. I have omitted one name just to protect the innocent. But, of course, 1300 resonance does not buy you skill, no matter how much money you spend. But these accounts are with Baratheon in the Bout of Realms, just getting mollywopped. But as you can see, Rip Brawl, the account that he's on, 10,074. Poutine Barbecue, this account, 8,700. Not that much, right? But let's try Gambit, 11,000. And I'm not even looking, I haven't even really looked at the secondaries, but you can already assume that they're going to be like this, 10k or close. And I can go through all of these. They're all insanely high accounts. This one even is 12,000. But instead of me just going through all these, I want to show you something else because I used to be in this clan for a good at least 4 or 5 months. This was one of the first clans I joined, actually. The Ariat Summit. And also they are with Uncensored and Ascended. It's basically all the same clan. They're all in cahoots with each other, more than others. Also, funny thing about this, their clan name used to be Censored, but one day they decided to change their clan name and didn't reserve the old clan. So what I did is I went on one of my alts, and I stole that clan from them. So, forever, they will never have this name ever again, no matter how long I let this account sit. If I just let it sit and do nothing, which I have been letting it sit and do nothing, as you can see, it's level 522, I will still be in this clan as the sole member. But because I was in this clan with them, I know who they used to be, or what accounts they used to play on. And you don't even have to take my word for it. We can do something cool. Go to the Wall of Honor, which, if you didn't know, every time a new immortal reign begins, everybody who was in the immortal clan gets immortalized on this wall. So if we go back not too far, just a little bit far, we can see one of the accounts right here, Pain Marker. But would you look at that? That's not his name. He's given his account to somebody else. I don't know if he sold it, but his account is with somebody else right now. And it's a 10K account. So why do you need to pilot one of Baratheon's accounts? Who knows? And then we can check here. Fee, this is also one of the players who is in Baratheon's warband piloting one of those purchased accounts. His account is now Marco Boomin. Again, this account is 10K. Why do you need to pilot an account that's 11K? Because Baratheon bought it, and you do what Baratheon says when he wants you to hold his pocket. So, again, not going to say this guy sold it, but who knows? He could have sold it. Oh, but would you look at this? JT is all business. I know that guy. Oh, wait a second. That's the account that's in the warband. So maybe this account wasn't purchased, but who knows? I'm not there. It could just be piloted for JT. Pretty sure JT's quit, but it doesn't stop there. Here we have Gambit as well, one of the people who is piloting one of Baratheon's accounts. Oh, would you look at that? Santa's favorite cookie. Who's this? Again, Gambit's account is 10K Rezo. Why do you need to pilot one that's 12K if you already have one that's 10K? I'll let you decide. But that's only a few of the accounts. Let's check this account that Rip Brawl is supposed to be playing on. Oh, would you look at that? It's Pain Marker. So they've been switching accounts back and forth, it looks like. But this isn't even the beginning of the accounts that Rip Brawl has been piloting. We can keep going farther and farther back to figure this all out. So this is one of the reigns that I had participated in. If you scroll all the way down, right here, Lucifer, I can't even click on it. But if I come here on my other account and go find the same exact Immortal Reign, Border Hoppers, there we go. You can come down here. So this wall immortalizes whatever your name was at the time. I had changed my name to Lucifer as part of like a Halloween clan event type thing. So you can see this is me. And many people were doing this, but no one really changed their name that much. It was kind of a keep your name similar to how it is type of deal. But here we go. We can see the account Rip Brawl was playing at the time. Oh, now it's on Silver Spire, and its name is Eradicate. How much rezo does this one have? Oh, 9,800. But what if I told you this wasn't even the account Rip Brawl originally was playing on? This is another different whale account owned by someone else at the time, which has been sold or passed around or whatever. So remember this name, Eradicate. And let's go back even further. 20K is 20K. This was one of the Immortal Reigns where some other whales had come to our server to mess up the Immortal Reign, and that they did. It was pretty funny. Some of the most fun in-game, seeing the whales pooping their pants. So here we go. We can look at the original account Simultaneous was playing. Then this is who Simul Champion is in Baratheon's warband. It is now Snow Ghost. Again, this account is already a whale, 9,600, but 12,000 is better than 9,600 or 11,000 or whatever he is on that piloted account that Baratheon purchased. So they're going from whale account to whale account, all due to Baratheon's wishes, because they do whatever he says. Oh, but here we go. Here's Malik 2 Savage, another person piloting one of Baratheon's purchased accounts. Let's see where his old account is. Oh, look. Darkening of Tristram, Firstborn. Let's see how much rezo this one has. Now this makes more sense, going from 5,700 to over 10K or whatever Baratheon's purchased account is. That makes a little bit more sense. But why is this account all the way on another server? Someone else is playing on it, that's why. But we can go even farther. Here we go. Rip Brawl. So this right here is, from my knowledge, the original account Rip Brawl played on. And if we take a look at it, it's now up to 6K. At the time, as you saw on the wall, it was at 5K. Very stark difference from a 12K account. Probably 10 times the cost if you were to try to purchase the gems yourself. And now its name is Not Ariat Spy 2. Because these guys take the game so seriously, they've got to have spies everywhere. This was actually being used at the time when like I said, they sent some whales from another server over to ours to disrupt the rain. And I even tried to help them out because I was in the clan and I thought these were good people. They're not. Here again, just to double check, there's the simultaneous account. I told you to remember that account's name, Eradicate, right? Well, here it is. This is that account. So, Rip Raw started piloting this account. They wanted it back. They wanted to sell it. Its name was Bitcoin at some point, and then now its name is Eradicate. So, who knows how many people's hands this has gone through, or who has purchased it, or whatever. But there's just a little bit more evidence for you. And the reason I'm making this video is really just because of how blatant this is. They're not even trying to hide it. And I guess if you pay Blizzard $500,000, you get to just do whatever you want. If you're on my server, you can go and see all of this yourself. And I know, and we haven't looked through all of these accounts because some of them are coming from other servers. So if I were to check the wall on some other servers, you could more than likely find these accounts there that they've server transferred, and now they're on Lysander / Treasure Goblin / Akrane's Valor, whichever one they're on. But it's all the same server. So, like I said, just to reiterate, all of these accounts, with the exception of Seaborn, potentially, and maybe Tasties, are purchased by Baratheon himself and then given to these people. So I'm not trying to say all of these guys are purchasing accounts. It's really just Baratheon, maybe some others. But I'm only going to mention Baratheon specifically because I know these accounts are purchased. You would need to spend upwards of $2 million in-game, also spending 2+ years on each account to build these yourself, because look at the Haradrim, level 60, level 60, level 50, level 50, and all of these accounts are like this. These are not new accounts that he has just now gotten up to these high resonance levels by putting money into them. So if this isn't enough evidence, the wall is enough evidence. The names of the Blizzard accounts are enough evidence. I think you can see the pattern here. So we'll see. Hopefully, Blizzard will do something about this. Also, it doesn't really help that they're in the Bout of Realms, in the cross-region Bout of Realms even, so there's so many eyes on these accounts. Everybody sees this happen, but Blizzard just lets it slide because they're getting so much money. They're getting so much money from these whales. But I'll raise you this, Blizzard. You actually are losing money by allowing this to happen. Because, like I said, you'd have to spend upwards of $2 million to do this yourself. So, if Baratheon wanted to do this legitimately, he would have to spend an extra 1.5 mil or more to get accounts like this in his warband. But instead of that, he spent maybe 100K to buy all these accounts. I have no idea what they actually sell for. All for the sole reason of having high resonance accounts on the server under his control, so that not only can he now guarantee that his clan will be immortal every other reign, but also he really tried to win this Bout of Realms. But as we can see in this screenshot right here, money doesn't buy you skill. These guys got pooped on. 1300 my alt account in a Tower War has never been put out to this hard. The fact that you didn't even get points from your own tower is laughable. And there were hundreds of people watching this match happen live. So hopefully Blizzard does something about this. Like I said earlier, this could potentially bar me from being Blizzard partner, but I don't care. There is another YouTuber who I'm pretty sure got their Blizzard partnership revoked because they had mentioned one of the previous bad actors who was doing something like this, named Kincaid. Around the time that most of the YouTubers were making videos, it was about Kincaid, but even then, nobody wanted to mention his name. I thought it was weird because me as a player, I knew who it was, but these YouTubers weren't mentioning it. It seems to be Blizzard is the reason why they don't mention it. So thank you all for watching. Share this video around if you found this egregious like I did. And hopefully Blizzard can do something about it, because not only does it remove the spot from another legitimate team who is in the Bout of Realms who could have taken this spot, which as you can see they're the US champion, the US East champion, but oh so how have they fallen? It's unbelievable the difference between the US East quote unquote second place and them. I wasn't watching the matches when it happened because I was taking a small break from the game and from just everything. So I didn't see this unfold, but I have no idea how this even happens. I think they were just taking it easy on them before the preliminary finals or something, because every single other US team is on top of them. And we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if these European teams started beating them, because 1300 is crazy. Again, thank you all for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. A peace.